Hello and welcome back to Sign Language class. This is lesson 8. Today's theme will be My Community. We're going to talk about jobs and occupations, places, and transportation. So I hope you're ready. We have a lot of vocabulary, so let's get started. Let's start with signs for different jobs or occupations. There are many people with many different jobs in your community. To sign community, you're going to take two flat hands and almost make like two different houses. Remember the sign for house shows a roof and walls? Well, community is going to kind of shorten that to show like a lot of different houses in one area. So you're going to put your hands together, but instead of just going sideways, you're going to turn them towards each other a little bit and then flip them the other way and do it again. Community, community. The first job we'll learn is doctor. So take your hand and bend your fingers and then tap your wrist a couple times. Doctor, doctor. A doctor is someone who might check your pulse. Doctor, doctor. To sign nurse, do the same thing but use two fingers, kind of like an N for nurse, but open up the fingers and tap your wrist twice. Nurse. So doctor and nurse. You have to see a doctor or nurse if you're sick. To sign sick, take your two middle fingers. Remember, these are the fingers we use to show feelings. Put one on your head or near your head and one on or near your stomach, and then twist them. Sick. And show with your face that you don't feel good. Sick. The next word is police. To sign police, make a C hand and show the badge that a policeman wears. Police, police. To sign firefighter, take a flat hand and put it on your head, representing the big hat the firefighters wear. Firefighter. And of course, if there's a firefighter, there might be a fire. To show fire, wiggle your fingers, turn your hands towards you, and show the flames coming up. Fire, fire. So a fighter will fight fires. Mail carrier. To sign mail carrier, you're going to do the sign for letter. Put your thumb by your lip like you're licking a stamp. Back before they came sticky, you'd have to lick them to get them to stick, and then put it on your hand like it's a letter. So this is the sign for letter or mail. And then carrier. This is the sign for carry, and remember, when you put your hands down, it means a person who does it. So a mail carrier. A mail carrier. Some people work in an office. To sign office, take two O's for office and sign the word room using O hands. So two walls front and back and two walls side to side. Office, office. And remember, the word for work, you hit one hand on the other. And so if you want to say an office worker, you just put work and then the sign for person after it. So office, office. Artist. Many people like to draw or paint. Take one hand like it's a paper or a canvas and use your little finger to draw on it. This is the sign for art. And of course, an artist is a person who does art, an art person, artist. Some people like to cook. We've already learned the word for cook. If you're a person who cooks, you are a chef. So cook person or chef. Or you might work in a restaurant, but instead of cooking the food, you might bring it to people. We call this person a waiter or a server. Take two hands and move them back and forth, kind of like you're taking something from someone and giving them something else, like the waiter will take dirty plates and give you your food, and then put your hands down. So serve, person, a server or a waiter. Waiter. All right, let's do those one more time, and you can sign with me. I'll do each sign twice. Community, community. Doctor, doctor, nurse, nurse, sick, sick, police, police, firefighter, firefighter, fire, fire, mail carrier, mail carrier, office, office, artist, artist, chef, chef, waiter, waiter. The next set of signs that we'll learn are different places that you can go. So the first sign is go or go to. Take two fingers and kind of arch them forward a little bit. Go or go to. You can say, I go to the store. To sign store, take two hands and put your fingers together and then shake them back and forth. Think of like an old-time market when people might hold out a blanket or a cloth and shake it, trying to show the beautiful cloth they have for sale. Store, store. When you go to a store, you might buy something. To sign buy, put one hand palm up, take your other hand with fingers together and put it in your hand and then move it out like you're giving someone money to buy something. Buy, buy. After shopping, you might be hungry for lunch at a restaurant. To sign restaurant, make the letter R and then put it at one corner and then the other of your mouth. Restaurant, restaurant. Restaurant is somewhere you eat, so we put the sign by our mouth. When you get to the restaurant, you might order your food. To sign order, you're going to take two fingers, very similar to go, but put them by your mouth, one more by your mouth and one kind of in front, and then move them forward. Order, order. You will order your food. You might go to a restaurant to celebrate your birthday or other special occasion. Take two hands and make hooks like the letter X and then turn them around like you're celebrating. Celebrate, celebrate. Perhaps you like swimming in a pool. To sign pool, you're just going to spell it. P-O-O-L. Pool. When you go to a pool, you swim. Just make swimming motions with your hands. Or perhaps you prefer to play in a park. Again, you're just going to spell it. P-A-R-K. Now at a park, there might be a slide. So use one hand to make a slide and use two fingers and slide them down. Slide. Or if you're like me, you prefer to swing. Take two fingers to make the swing, put the other two fingers like they're sitting on it, and swing it back and forth. Swing. Maybe you like to climb on the monkey bars. To sign climb, just take your hands and act like you're climbing a ladder. Climb, climb. Maybe you don't feel like running and playing, or you just want to read a book at the library. To sign library, make the letter L for library and turn it in a small circle. Library, library. At the library, you can borrow a book. Take two hands in the shape of the letter K and put one on top of the other. If you're going to borrow something, someone's going to give it to you, so move your hands toward yourself. Borrow. If someone else is borrowing something from you, if you're going to lend something to someone, move your hands from yourself to that person or outward. So borrow and lend. All right, let's do those one more time. Go to, store, store, buy, buy, restaurant, restaurant, order, order, celebrate, celebrate, pool, pool, swim, swim, park, park, slide, slide, swing, swing, climb, climb, library, library, borrow and lend, borrow and lend. Last of all, we'll learn words for different kinds of transportation. The most common one that we use is car. So hold your hands like you're holding a steering wheel and turn it slightly, not too much. Car. Or you might see people just spell it. C-A-R. Car. But this is probably a simpler sign. Car. Car. To sign bus, you're just going to spell it. So B, put 2 more fingers down to make U, and then 2 more fingers down to make S. So this sign really goes very fast. B, 2 fingers down for U, 2 fingers down for S. Bus, bus. To sign airplane, you're going to hold your thumb, your first finger, and your pinky finger out. And then move it forward a little bit twice. So airplane, airplane. These are the wings and this is the front of the airplane. To sign train, take 2 H hands and rub one on top of the other, kind of like the train tracks and the train running on the tracks. Train, train. To sign boat, take 2 hands and make the shape of a boat. Boat, boat. And last of all, bike. Take 2 hands, make S-shaped fists, and move them like you're pedaling a bike. Bike, bike. Now let's learn some action words connected with transportation. First of all is drive. Remember, this is car. Drive, pull your hands kind of back towards your chest and then move them out like you're actually moving. Drive. You can move them in the direction that you're going. Drive. So if the store's that way, you can say, I'm going to drive to the store. Or if you're going to go that way, you can move your hands that way. If you're not really sure exactly which direction you're going, you can just move them forward. Drive, drive. To sign fly, make the same shape as airplane, but remember for airplane we just move it forward a couple times. To sign fly, move it forward in a big motion. So the airplane flies. To sign stop, make one hand flat and then move the other and stop it in this flat hand. Stop, stop. To sign get in, you're going to take your fingers and make something like a C shape and then put your other 2 fingers, like their legs, sitting and get in. This can be get in the bus or get in the car. Get in, get in. Or maybe you're riding a bike. Make your hand flat and your fingers can get on. So think about the shape of what you're getting in or on. If it's something you can get in, open your fingers and put them in. If it's a horse or a bike or a motorcycle or something like that, you'll get on. And then to sign ride, it's very similar. Take your shape, your C shape, put your fingers in it, and then move them forward. This is to ride a bus or ride in the car. And then last of all is wait. If you're at an airport or a bus stop, you might have to wait for the bus or the plane. Take both hands, turn them palm up, one slightly in front of the other, and wiggle your fingers like you're waiting. If you're waiting a really long time, you can kind of move them in a circle like this, waiting and waiting. Wait, wait. All right, let's do those one more time. Again, I'll sign each sign twice, and you can sign with me. Car, car. Bus, bus. Airplane, airplane. Train, train. boat, boat. Bike, bike. Drive, drive. Fly, fly. Stop, stop. Get in, or get on, get on. Ride, ride. Wait, wait. Now, last week, I told you that by this week, you would be able to sign the song Five Little Monkeys. Now, I think most of you are probably familiar with this song, but we'll look at it quickly so that you're familiar with how the pattern goes. It says, 5 little monkeys jumped on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So you know pretty much all of those signs, and I'll tell you the couple that we haven't learned yet. But let's see if we can sign it together. Don't worry about the order of the signs right now. We'll just sign each word as we say it in English, okay? 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off. Okay, to sign fall off, just make your fingers fall off the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Now to sign head, just take your hand and bend it, touch the top and bottom of your head. And then to sign hurt, you're going to take your fingers, one with your palm towards you and one with your palm out, and then twist them, and twist it by your head. To show that it's the head that hurts, and kind of push them together. So one fell off and bumped his head or hurt his head. Okay, mama. To sign called, use a Y hand to show a telephone and then pull it out to show that she's calling someone. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no, remember we learned 0. To sign no, you can do it with 2 hands. No more. To sign more, take 2 hands, put your fingers together, and then touch your hands together. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. And if you want to sign on, just take one hand and put it on the other. So you can say jumping on the bed. All right, let's see if we can do that one more time. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. The mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. All right, so if you have this book, or just if you know the song, or you can find the song on YouTube, see if you can practice signing it. This will help you practice your vocabulary and also get a little faster at signing. You're going to sign the same thing about 5 times in this song. You'll go from 5 to 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 monkeys. And so see if you can practice that. It will help you become more fluent, which means you'll be able to sign faster and smoother as you practice signing this song. So I hope that's a fun way for you to practice these signs that we've learned all throughout this course. All right, you can get your worksheet out. And today you're going to be tracing the path that some children take as they visit their neighborhood community. So you see the children down at the bottom standing by the house. They're going to start at the house and visit different places in their community. I'm going to sign the buildings that they visit first, second, third, etc., all the way to the 6th place they visit. So listen as I tell you where they go first, and then watch to see what sign I do. Use your pencil to trace their path. So start at the house, and wherever they go first, use your pencil to draw a line there. And then use your pencil to draw a line from that place to the next place they go. And if you want to put a number by each stop, you can do that too if it gets a little confusing with all the lines. All right, so put your pencil at the house and draw a line. The first place they go is the, so draw a line from the house to that place. Okay, the second place they go is to the, they go to the, so draw a line from the first place to the second place, the. All right, after that, third, they go to the, they go to the, draw a line now to that place. From there, they decided to go to a, draw a line from the third place to, and from there, they went to visit one of their parents at the, they went to visit one of their parents at the, that's the fifth place they went. Last of all, they finished up their trip with the visit to the, last of all, they went to the, all right, I'll do that one more time. So first, they went to the, second, they went to the, third, they went to the, fourth, they went to the, fifth, they went to the, and sixth, they went to the. All right, do you have that? If you need to watch this part again, just go back and watch it again. And then I will give the answers. I'll say them out loud and I'll show you a picture of the completed worksheet. Okay, the children started at their house and they went to the park first. Then from the park, they went to the doctor second. After the doctor, they went to the store. They went to the store third. And from there, the fourth place they went was the restaurant. After the restaurant, they went to the office to visit one of their parents. That was fifth. And from there, the sixth and last place they went was the library. All right, that's what your worksheet should look like. All right. Wonderful job today. You guys have learned so many signs. We have a couple more lessons left and a few more signs we'll be learning, but I hope you keep practicing these. I hope you find opportunities to use them, whether with songs and books or if you know people you can practice these signs with. Keep working on what you've learned and I will see you next week. Bye.